Smiling critters and nightmare critters react to what makes DreamWorks villains so good. In the bright and cheerful playroom, the smiling critters were enjoying a relaxed afternoon filled with games, drawings, and snacks. Dog Day, the energetic orange dog leader, was helping organize some toys when Catnap, the calm purple cat, stretched slowly and spoke in his soft, sleepy voice. Everyone, Raby Baby and some of the other nightmare critters, asked if they could share a video with us today. I gave them permission. It is about why DreamWorks villains are so well made. It might have some spooky or tricky parts, but we can talk about it together and learn good lessons. Are you all okay with that? Dog Day wagged his tail happily. If you say it is fine, Catnap, then yes. Inviting our friends over sounds like a great idea. Maury smiles, more fun. Soon the nightmare critters arrived. Raby Baby, the pink and white bat with her expressive black eyes, pink wing membranes, and a mischievous grin, flew in carrying the tablet. Her wings fluttered excitedly as she landed gently. Hee hee, thank you so much for letting us share this, Catnap, Raby Baby said. Baba Chops, the woolly sheep with a skull pendant, trotted in next with a confident smile. Yeah, thanks, this should be interesting. Simon Smoke, the cool smoky dragon with swirling mist around his scales, glided in smoothly. Do not mind if I do, villains with style, count me in. Icky Licky, the colorful frog with a biohazard symbol, hopped along. This better be good, or I will blame my sore knee. Alistair Gator, the tough alligator, grinned with sharp teeth. Let us see these bad guys. I like a good fight story. Maggie Marco, the shark with a big appetite, swam through the air playfully, as long as there is some crunch in the action. Tuil, the trash rodent, shuffled in. Hee hee, villains sound messy, I like messy. Poe, the mysterious crow with sleek black feathers and piercing eyes, flew in quietly and perched on a nearby shelf, nodding with interest. The smiling critters made plenty of space on the big, cozy rug. Bobby Bearhug held her favorite pillow close, looking a little nervous but kind. As long as we remember that villains are just make-believe and we focus on the nice lessons, I am happy to watch. Bubba Bubbuffant sat with his notebook open. Character analysis, this will be very educational. Hoppy Hopscotch bounced in place. Villains with cool moves, I am ready for action. Kickin' Chicken tried to look casual. Yeah, let us see what these bad guys have got. Crafty Corn had her sketchbook ready. I cannot wait to draw some of the designs. Picky Piggy munched on treats. Stories with crunchy bad guys, sounds tasty, I mean fun. Raby Baby pressed play with one of her wing claws, and the video began. The narrator explained how a villain can make or break a story. Some leave no impact, but others scar the heroes and change the world around them. DreamWorks shines by creating complex, memorable villains instead of one-dimensional ones. The video started with the Shrek franchise. Lord Farquaad appeared on screen, looking small and almost silly like a decorative nutcracker, but ruling Duloc like a dictator. His kingdom was spotless and too pristine, and he exiled fairy tale creatures, rewarding people for turning them in. Raby Baby giggled, her black eyes sparkling. Look at that tiny bossy guy. He acts all-powerful, but he is so silly looking. Hee hee, ruling a perfect kingdom by kicking out fairy tale creatures. That is sneaky, calling them fairy tale trash, poisoning my perfect world. So dramatic. Baba Chops laughed, short and angry, reminds me of trying to lead but being too bossy, not my style. Dog Day laughed warmly. Farquaad shows that being mean and bossy does not make you a good leader. We smiling critters lead with friendship and smiles instead. His obsession with perfection is scary because it hurts others. Simon Smoke exhaled a small puff of cool smoke. The fairy godmother has flair with that wand. Dramatic entrances are key for any great villain. The video continued to the fairy godmother in Shrek 2. She manipulated King Harold with past favors, using words as weapons. She nudged Shrek's insecurities about not being good enough for Fiona, barely needing magic to cause trouble. Kickin' Chicken struck a pose. She has serious style, but using magic to control people, not cool at all. I prefer characters who are honest about who they are. Her line about taking away the happily ever after is clever and mean. Crafty corns sketched fast. Her purple dress and big personality are perfect for drawing, so dramatic and fun to imagine, even if she is tricky. Picky Piggy nodded while chewing, turning things into pumpkins and making deals. She is clever, but in a bad way. Maggie Marco chimed in. Deals and transformations sound like a big meal of trouble. Bobby Bearhug hugged her pillow tighter. She manipulates everyone. That is sad. Real friends do not do that. It shows how words can hurt as much as actions. The video then highlighted Jack Horner from Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, an overgrown toddler-like figure who was loudly, proudly evil with zero empathy, even for his own minions. He had no tragic backstory, just pure selfishness, which the narrator called refreshing. Picky Piggy laughed. Jack Horner is just greedy and mean with no sad excuse. He wants all the magic for himself. At least he is honest about being bad. Poe nodded quietly from his perch, feathers ruffling. Honest evil can be scarier sometimes. The video moved to Ramesses from the Prince of Egypt. The narrator described him as a ruthless tyrant, but with a heartbreaking brotherly bond with Moses that turned sour under pressure from his father and responsibilities. He loved Moses, but chose power and identity over letting his people go. The film drew from the biblical story of Exodus. Poe cawed thoughtfully from his perch, his piercing eyes focused on the screen. The Prince of Egypt retells the Exodus from the Bible in a powerful literary way. Ramesses is not simply evil. He is a complex ruler torn between brotherly love and the weight of leadership and tradition. The plagues, the confrontation at the Red Sea, it is a tragic exploration of pride, destiny, and the cost of hardened hearts. Literature often uses such figures to show how personal pain and duty can lead to great harm. Bubba Bubaphant wrote notes quickly. Ramesses has a tragic side because he lost his brother and felt so much pressure. It shows how hard choices and family pain can change someone, but it does not excuse the harm he caused. DreamWorks balances sympathy with accountability perfectly. Poe, your literary view adds great depth. Icky Licky hopped excitedly. Heavy stuff, that brother fight hits hard. Next came Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, raised by Shifu to believe he was destined to be the dragon warrior. He trained his whole life only to be denied the scroll. His escape from prison using a feather was called one of the coolest animations. He exploded with resentment. What I ever did, I did to make you proud. Hoppy Hopscotch hopped high. He trained his whole life and felt betrayed. I understand wanting to be the best, but turning mean and hurting others? No thanks. I would rather hop with friends. That prison escape sounds awesome though. Bobby Bearhug teared up a little. Poor Tai Lung needed better guidance and a big hug from Shifu. Everyone makes mistakes, but he went too far. I wish he could have learned like Poe did, that there is no secret ingredient, it is just you. Raby Baby flapped her pink wings. Nightmare energy for sure, powerful and determined, but friendship wins. Poe's lesson about inner worth is so good. Dog Day nodded seriously. His story teaches that true worth comes from inside, not just what others say. That is an important lesson for all of us. Chasing approval can twist you up. Then Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda 2, the elegant peacock who massacred pandas to stop a prophecy, only to be banished by his horrified parents. He broke opponents psychologically first, then with cannons. Your parents didn't love you, he taunted Poe, projecting his own pain. Catnap's tail flicked thoughtfully. Shen is afraid of the future, so he tries to control everything with fear and weapons. Running from your destiny only makes it worse. I know about shadows and fears. The irony that he caused his own downfall is deep. Alistair Gator snapped his jaws lightly. Cannons and armies, that is some serious power, but fear never wins forever. Tuil chuckled. Messy peacock plans. I approve of the chaos, but not the hurting. Simon Smoke added in a smooth, smoky voice. Those inventions and dramatic reveals are quite stylish. A dragon can appreciate good presentation. Hoppy cheered. Those cannons and fights are epic. Shen breaks people with words first. Facing your past is hard, but it makes you stronger. Po telling him to let go of the past. Wow. Po cawed softly again. Fear and prophecy, a dark path indeed. He ran from truth and crashed into it. Classic literary tragedy. The video praised Death, the wolf, from Puss in Boots, the last wish as relentless and honest, forcing Puss to face his fear of dying. It wrapped up by noting DreamWorks balances entertainment, tragedy, psychological depth, and real menace without excusing harm. Kickin' Chicken smirked. That wolf death is intense. Sickles, speed, and making Puss face his fear of dying, super stylish and scary. Facing the end makes you live better. Raby Baby bounced on her feet. Death is my favorite here, relentless and honest. Nightmare critters love that strong presence, but the heroes win by changing and having friends. Maggie Marco grinned. Big bad wolf chasing with sickles, crunchy action. Craftycorn held up new sketches. All the designs are amazing, from funny short kings to scary wolves and elegant peacocks. So much inspiration. Bubba summarized smartly. The video shows DreamWorks gives villains personality, humor, real motivations, and consequences. They entertain while teaching about choices, fear, ambition, and letting go. Simon Smoke nodded approvingly. Style points to all of them, but real cool is knowing when to stop. As the video ended, Raby Baby clapped her wings together. See, villains make stories exciting when they are written this well. They can be fun, tragic, or just plain awful. Baba Chops nodded. Good pick, Raby Baby, lots to think about. Dog Day gathered both groups close with a big smile. Thank you all for sharing this. We learned that even bad guys in movies have reasons behind what they do, but choosing kindness, friendship, and facing problems together is always the best way. The smiling critters keep smiling by supporting each other. Catnap nodded calmly. It was good to see different sides of darkness and light. Nice job reacting thoughtfully, everyone. Poe, your knowledge of the Exodus story added a lot. Bobby Bear Hug opened her arms wide. Big group hug for smiling and nightmare critters. Hugs help everyone feel better, even after talking about scary villains. The room filled with laughter as they all joined a giant hug. Hoppy and Raby Baby started playful pillow fights, pretending to be heroes versus villains. Lots of bouncing, gentle wing flaps, tail swishes, smoky puffs from Simon Smoke, and quiet caws from Poe, with no one getting hurt. Icky Licky blamed a pillow for his loss, while everyone laughed. Alistair Gator and Maggie Marco acted out dramatic chases. Tool made funny trash talk comments. Simon Smoke posed stylishly with dramatic smoke effects. Baba Chops and Poe watched with amused smiles. Bubba discussed story ideas with the Nightmare friends. Craftycorn passed around her drawings of critter versions of the villains. Picky Piggy shared snacks, calling them hero treats and villain crunchies. Kickin' Chicken did dramatic poses inspired by the characters, making everyone giggle. Raby Baby flew around excitedly, adding spooky but fun sound effects with the others joining in. Dog Day beamed at the mixed group. Cross-group video reactions like this make Plakia even better. With Catnap's permission, we should do more. The Plakia echoed with happy chatter about favorite DreamWorks movies, lessons on destiny, fear, and redemption. They turned a detailed video about villains into a celebration of friendship, creativity, and understanding. As the afternoon ended, the critters felt closer than ever. Raby Baby waved her wings. Thanks again, this was bat-tastic. Baba Chops added, we nightmare critters had fun too. Simon Smoke let out a small, cool smoke ring. Indeed, style and substance. Poe cawed softly, in agreement. Everyone laughed and waved back. In the world of the critters, even stories about great villains reminded them that real strength comes from smiles, teamwork, and choosing the light together. The end.